I really enjoyed Stanley's Parable, and if you're confused as to why I mentioned that game here, it's because not only is Luto a walk-in simulator, but also because it has an unreliable narrator. Luto is a first-person psychological horror game developed by Broken Bird Games. You play as Samuel, a person dealing with grief, hence the game's name Luto, which means to mourn. But you don't know exactly why when you start. It's happening again. You start in the bathroom, the mirror is shattered but has a sticky note with a happy face in the center, and there's supportive messages written on 2 other sticky notes. As you walk out, a voice narrates what you do. You walk down the hall, you walk past boxes upon boxes. Although it's not clear if you're moving in or moving out, you grab your keys and you leave your house. It's happening again. You start in the same bathroom, the same mirror is shattered and has the same sticky note with a happy face in the center. As you walk out, a voice narrates what you do again. You walk down the hall, you walk past many boxes that are still there. Well, it's happening again. No way, it's night this time. The days have passed, even if they look and feel the same. The voice reminds you that all the boxes are still here, and when a box falls over, it places an old sketchbook in the middle of your usual route, which the voice tells you that you used to use it to express yourself. You grab your keys and you leave your house. It's happening again, only this time the phone by the door is ringing. You pick up the phone to listen to a scary voice telling you not to let him get to you again. The narrator tells you to ignore him as there are many things that need to be done, but curiosity leads you to the basement and finding a hatch. You climb down the trapdoor, digging deeper into the unknown. Now, if you ever played a walking simulator, you know what to expect. You walk around, minimal gameplay mechanics, but hopefully some interesting and good storytelling and good atmosphere. Right off the bat, the game looks great with a lot of nice details to make the house feel real and menacing. There are notes scattered around that motivate you. Your sketchbooks gives you hints to your character's minds and what to do around the house to solve the puzzles. The white noise or music prevented me from calming down. Overall, they nailed the feeling of isolation, anxiety, and uncertainty. And because there's so much uncertainty about when someone's going to finally pop out and like scare you or scream at you, solving a puzzle can be a very anxious task until it's not. Now, I'm not the best at puzzle games, and I'm honestly not even decent at them. I was stuck in every single puzzle to the point that after a while, after roaming around and scared for what felt like half an hour, I had to look up the answer, only to be surprised at how simple it was. I don't know if it was the tension that I was feeling, but I could just not solve any of them by myself except the first one because it was just looking for clocks. I really can't say if they were poorly designed, if it was just me, because at the end it was very obvious, but because I was so scared to even think about it, to even figure it out, I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna look it up. It's one of those horror games that build tension and they keep building tension and leaves you wondering, when is it gonna happen? And I think that for some, I could see how that fear could just stop if it goes for way too long or you're too lost to progress. Although again, to be fair, I'm not good at puzzles and I was scared the whole time, so I was just like, I'll just watch a video. Now, I won't go too into details about the story, but the similarities with Stanley's Parable don't just stop at the narrator narrating what you're doing, which is something that was hard to get used to. Because of the game's atmosphere and the theme, at first it was kind of hard to adjust myself to the voice because it is very similar to the Stanley's Parable narrator, so it feels like whimsical and happy and not what's actually happening at the moment. But thankfully, the more you play the game, the more you understand why that is. I thought it was a cool way to explore this theme of grief, regardless of it's something that has been explored many times. One of the few things inevitable in life is death, and so one has to come to terms to that. They have to accept that, which is much easier said than done. There are a couple metaphors and symbolism that I found fun and interesting, at least how I interpret them, which I think people who enjoy subtle storytelling and figuring things out, the metaphors, the symbolism, they might enjoy this. For me, Luto was an enjoyable time, although I was stuck in every single puzzle for most of my playtime, which is a slight exaggeration, but you know, it felt like it. What could have been another PT clone or ripoff, which many games that look like this or start like this with a looping hall or level ends up being an enjoyable and thoughtful experience. Admittedly, it's not for everyone. For a horror game, there's no big bad chasing you, there's no awful creatures, or there's not even a lot of jump scares. I believe there were only two. I think one close to the beginning and one in the middle of the game. In retrospect, everything you go through, all the scenes are all very human, kind of. It's not an intense game. It's a slow-paced game filled with symbolism and, again, tension. There's always the feeling that something might jump out, but nothing really does. If what you want is the story and just the atmosphere, you got that. I could see this being enjoyed by someone who likes slow-paced horror games that's not in your face, that explores a human and common theme in horror while also sprinkling a meta twist. Just be sure not to expect anything intense, and you might get stuck in a couple of puzzles as well. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the game. Have you played it? Do you think about playing it? How do you feel about the game now that you finished watching this video? Please take a look at other videos that I've made. I've put some good effort to them. I also have a blog on Substack, all in my description below. And again, thank you for watching. See ya.